saw the theme this evening, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I knew they were talking about me. And my topic is about that, actually, so that's good news. You must vote for my new party, the one that I just joined with my friends, the TTTBS No BS Party. I repeat, the TTT No BS Party. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but we are broke as a state and as a nation, and we need money. So we need new ideas. That means we need practical ideas, realistic ideas, and of course, logical ideas. However, this party might not fit the bill because it's good, bad, and ugly. But let's look at it. This party suggests that we must raise taxes by legalizing marijuana. How many people are with me? Give me a round of applause.
Yes, all right.
I thought this was a good idea. Let us look at some of the facts about legalizing marijuana, or weed they call it. And some people call it Mary Jane if they're proper. And in my country they call it ganja. Look at the practicability. It was once legal in the United States. And for whatever reason, it became illegal. Now we have a lot of people profiteering on this illegal substance. And we now have legal shops. And the government is collecting revenue, but I think they could collect a lot more. So, because let's face it, the government has a track record, the IRS. They are the best people for collecting money. If you think I'm lying, don't pay your taxes 1 year. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So we get the IRS and the local and state agencies to team up together to become the collector. And so we'll collect billions of dollars to reduce our problems in the state. Do I know? So let us look at gambling. A lot of people are gambling. Yes. Lotto and what have you, of course they collect some, but there's lots of other gambling. I'm not talking about gambling by dog fighting and so on, those type of things. There's lots of little gambling going on, even in churches. You know, I go to church and we do have a little raffle every now and then. Okay? So what am I saying? My party is saying, let's tax all this. Let's be practical and get the government once again to collect the taxes. Okay. We have a lot of violence worldwide. Let's take a look at the other angle. Let's get Chuck Norris to be our chief of staff of the military. He does a good job in all of the movies, so let's get him to go over to Afghanistan and kick some you-know-what. What? If you don't want a little help, we could always call on John Wayne. Let him come over there. We'd raise him up, yes, but we would put him back to rest after. TTTSBS party says these are practical ideas that we can look at. There's nothing. Criminals, murderers, they're in jail. We are feeding them, ladies and gentlemen. Every day they grow fatter on our dollars. So let's send them to Afghanistan first. Okay, put a monitor on them, and when you watch the Transporter 3, if they switch to the outside, you just blow them up. But while they stay on our side, they can fight the enemy. Now I know you say, this is impractical. But nothing tried, nothing done. Right? In the old days, what did they do to get people's attention when they want to stop crime? They would transport them all over the place. It was said to be impractical, but it worked. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about time we start to look at new and better ways of doing things. We look at the crackheads in our midst. Yes! Who are they injuring? Themselves! So we are putting people in jail for injuring themselves. My party's philosophy is, since they're a crackhead, let them become crackheads. And let them enjoy them, put them in a crackhead kingdom somewhere in Nevada. And lock the gauge. And they must produce or die. throw the corn, give them water, give them whatever it needs, but they will be crackheads forever. It will be a happy kingdom. So between my legalizing the weed and all you happy faces, all of you are denying stuff, you will see that it may be a practical idea. It will be less expensive because they will be victimizing who? Themselves. Nobody else. They're taking the crack and they will not stop. And if you think I'm lying, you have a crackhead brother. And you will see what I'm saying. You have to nail down the sink. Okay. So what are we going to do now with the people, you know, the world's oldest profession? You're looking at me and said, you didn't go to church today, did you, Rupert? No, I didn't. But I still believe that since it's going to go on, we should tax it. We should tax it. Yes, be practical, be realistic. Now I know you say I'm unethical. No, I am thinking. That's why we are TTBS party. We are thinking outside the box. I am not a free thinker. I am not a libertarian. I'm not a Unitarian. I am more conservative. But sometimes I have to think whether the world would be better served if we were to look at issues in a more unrealistic, realistic way. What am I saying, ladies and gentlemen? All these issues have been brought to my attention by the president of the BS party. And I listened to him intently because I believe that you must respect what everybody says to you. And you must give it some thought. And I have given it some thought. If we have voted for the Republicans many years, and we've voted for the Democrats on other years, and we are where we are, broke, in a current crisis, why not give the TTBS party your vote next time? Ladies and gentlemen, before you do that, be careful. You must find out whether there is a party called the TTBS. I thank you.